The pin and pull concept is a man blocking scheme that can be very effective, but requires a good amount of communication and understanding of what we want to accomplish from the offensive line. In this video, we're going to break down a pin and pull example from a goal line situation in a 2022 game from the Bills and the Vikings. Let's get into it. So as usual, we're going to go ahead and start with the diagram. So right here, we have a bunch to the left with a single tight end on the backside. Now, pin and pull, we're going to be running to the right in this case here. So what we have, by rules, the Y, your tight end, is going to be responsible for the end man on the line of scrimmage. Now, right now, he's outside shade, so we're going to try and reach this defender. If he were inside shade, we would just get a down block. But right now, we're going to try and reach him. As the tackle, we have somebody in the backside gap. We're also going to try and reach this guy, but this is quite easy. So we're really just down blocking on him because we want to get this leverage. We're here and we're driving him back opposite, right? So that's what we have. Reach here, down block on this guy. And now we have our first puller. He's going to try and kick out the forced defender. And then this is where they get a little bit crafty here. And I really like this. When you watch the video, you'll see this guy get away with a little bit of a hold, but they're going to pull the center as well. And he's going to be looking to add on and find anybody who's inside. So this is what we got here. We're here, and then how do we handle this nose? Well, they have the guard, the backside guard, try and get this guy. And this is where they just have a little bit of a holding call, but it is what it is. Nothing really can be done about that. And then we have to try and reach this on the backside, and everything over here is just going to be outside zone on the backside. It's not really significant because these guys aren't going to be making the play. The players who can have an effect on this are going to be the corner and this Mike and the safety here if he gets over quick enough. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the full thing right here. Here, kicking out this forced defender. We're going to try and add on. You'll see this actually, he ends up getting to Sam instead of getting to the Mike. And then we're right here trying to reach this nose, trying to reach this 4-eye tech actually, rather than a 3-tech. And then here we cut off everything on the backside, and now off we run to the right. So now let's go ahead and check out the film so we can see this in action. All right, so here I want to show you what this looks like. Here's the All-22 film from the wide angle, and this is the pin and pull concept right here. Okay, it goes in for a touchdown. We're not going to spend too much time. I just want you to get an idea of what this really looks like from this angle, the whole picture. So now we can go back and take a look at this, the end zone cam. This is really going to tell the full story here. So let's quickly walk through this one more time. We're going to try and reach this guy right here because he's outside leverage. If he were inside, we would down block. Right now, we're going to try and reach him since he's outside. Here, same thing. We're going to be down blocking. He's inside leverage. Here's our first puller. We're going to be pulling and trying kicking out this 7. So when he attacks here, we should try and drive him outside so we can run inside. This is where things get a little bit crafty. We're going to have this guard try and reach this nose because the center becomes our second puller. And what he does is quite nice. I want you to watch this center as he's looping around. Now here, we want to try, this is our tight end, we want to try and reach 55, but he is not reached. If you look at the leverage, he still has outside leverage. So the guard is just going to go in and blow this guy up and then leave the Mike, who technically he should be able to get. But if we blow up this guy right here and allow our running back to make a 1 cut off of this, then we can walk into the end zone. And that's exactly what happens here. So this is a really good job by this second puller here, understanding that this block is the most critical. First level is always the most critical, and then we can hopefully make somebody miss with our running back. And that's why they have some of the best athletes on the planet here playing this position. And now this is where they get away with something. I want you to check this out. Defensive coaches are probably going to be a little bit pissed about this because schematically, normally what would happen on a pin and pull is you'd say tight end stays on this defensive end, try to reach him. If you have somebody in your backside gap, you down block. So this would be a down block, and the center would be the first puller trying to kick out 7. And then in this case, we'd probably try and reach him, and the backside guard would be the second puller. That's normally how pin and pull would work, but they do this a little bit differently, and they say, and I've actually never seen this before, of a center pulling and then trying to reach a 1-tech on that side, because let's say this guy shoots vertical. There's no way to handle this, except right now if you watch this guard's left hand, he's going to put that on the outside hip and pull just a little bit, right? This is enough for the running back to get free and it's not enough that they're really going to be able to see this and make that call. Okay, it's very unlikely that they make that call. So this is kind of a way of schematically getting an advantage. You have a puller who's closer, okay, so he's able to get there a little bit faster than a backside guard, okay, and then you're kind of just not really, it's not a gray area, it's actually a full hold, but they're just not going to call it. They know they can get away with it, so they're doing this here. So that's the fun part about playing offense. You can kind of do stuff like this, right? And then this ends up walking in for a touchdown here. Backside tackle, we have to make sure that we reach this guy. So he does a really good job with his first step, getting in here, a little bear hug, holding this guy, and then watch him try and get this leverage, right? Defensive player here, offensive player here. Same thing right here. Okay, we want to try and get this leverage. If we're the ones who are down blocking or trying to reach, that's what we're looking for. So this is a really good play, well designed, nice little holding here by the backside guard, but it is what it is. And now we have this, which is the key block here on this defender. Okay, we can kick him out, let this running back make this guy miss, easy touchdown. So this was just one variation of how you can run the pin and pull concept from one personnel group, okay? You always have to have a tight end on that play side so you can reach that end man on the line of scrimmage, but everything else, okay, who's blocking and who's pulling, that can change, right? So it depends on how you want to run this and what your guys are able to do, but keep in mind, this was just one variation of how to do this. And if you really want to nerd out about run blocking schemes, we have a ton already on this channel that I've broken down, so go ahead and check them out, starting with this one.